Hello, my name is Jordan Manning, and this is for my Education 520 class on research, and we're going to get started. If you want to introduce yourself first.
Hello, my name is Tammy Toller. I am married and have a 13-year-old son. I received a Bachelor of Science in Education from Concord in 1991, as well as a Master of Education in Reading in 2016.
Well, Tammy, we're going to get started on question 1. It says, what and where do you teach, and how long have you been in that job?
I am a Title I teacher and librarian at Belliesville Elementary and Middle School. This makes the 4th year that I have been the school librarian and the 5th year as a Title I teacher.
Okay, that's really exciting that you do both Title I and library. Question 2 says, what have you learned while you've been in these positions?
I have learned that when teaching students how to read, or when working with students who struggle with reading, different reading strategies and a variety of print must be made available in order to appeal to the different learning styles. It is very important to get to know the likes and dislikes of students, as teaching is not a one-size-fits-all. I have discovered that students will read if they have access to books that they are interested in reading. As a Title I teacher, I have learned that being adaptable and willing to adjust instruction is vital to student success. Title I teachers are required to be flexible and knowledgeable of all content areas, as reading is required in all subjects.
That's very true, that you read all day long, no matter what you teach. Question 3 asks, what type of research do you use in this position?
I like to search the Reading Rockets website and the International Literacy Association for information to help me perform my job. I mostly look at research on intervention, reading strategies, and ways to differentiate instruction. In addition, I like to do my own research to see how my students are performing. Within the school, I have access to the West Virginia General Summative Assessment Scores, Interim Assessments, Star Reading, Star Math, Accelerated Reader, and the Destiny Library Reports. I keep a data notebook with all my research to help identify student needs. Classroom observations provide valuable input into areas of strength and weaknesses within the school.
Make sure I got all that written down. I think so. That's really neat that you keep a notebook with all of it in there, because that's a lot of students to service, but so it's probably a really big notebook.
Yeah, it
full
is.
of all that information to use. Question 4, what or how does this research affect your outcomes and what you do at the school?
By using research, I am able to help meet the needs of students, parents, and coworkers. For example, I had a 1st grade student that was in danger of being retained. She had already spent 2 years in kindergarten due to medical reasons. After assessing her, I could tell that she was having trouble with phonics and decoding skills. I was then able to research ways to help her and provide instruction designed to address her learning deficits. She was able to catch up and was promoted to the 2nd grade, where she was one of the top performing students in her class.
Wow. Tell me about the Title I program at your school.
At Belliesville Elementary and Middle School, the school-wide Title I program is utilized in all grades, kindergarten through 8th grade. The Title I teachers co-teach with classroom teachers, with each other, and pull small groups of students out of the classroom for targeted instruction. Title I services are available for any student needing additional help with reading and math. Students are monitored and provided with Title I services as long as there is a need. Title I teachers at my school are required to keep data notebooks as a way to monitor student progress. In addition, Title I provides parent trainings, staff trainings, and tries to find ways to encourage parental involvement. After-school tutoring is funded by Title I and offered to students as the need arises. This past year, Title I hosted an open house, family read night, family math night, ELA and math parent trainings, and a spring parent meeting. Title I also assisted in the technology open house and the transition to kindergarten and the kindergarten open house. Title I makes connections and forms relationships with the community in order to enhance student learning and to promote a positive school climate.
They keep you very busy at Bailey'sville, that's for sure, with all of those things that Title I provides. What are ways that you gather local data at your school?
Okay, local data is gathered through collaborative meetings across different grade levels, PLCs, faculty senate meetings, and professional developments held at the county and school levels. Some examples are the West Virginia General Summative Assessment Scores, Accelerated Reader Reports, Star Reading, Star Math, Destiny Library Reports, Classroom Observations, SAT meetings, and fluency assessments that are given at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the year. Surveys are also given to parents to find out what parent trainings are needed. Since I am also the school librarian, library reports are used to monitor the number of books my students are reading. I also survey the whole school before ordering library books to ensure that I order books that appeal to student interest.
That is a lot of local data to take care of, but I bet the students appreciate that you take into the effect like their needs and what they want to see in the library, as along with your Title I responsibilities. Do you use school data like school-wide, or do you use it for specific projects?
Okay, the data is analyzed to identify the students that need targeted instruction or those that no longer need it. It helps determine the best ways to utilize the Title I staff and the areas of need within the school. Another way local data is used is through parent surveys and parent comment forms. The surveys are used to plan parent trainings and to make improvements to the Title I program. Library reports are used to monitor the number of books students have read as well as the genre.
Just ask that question. Do you ever encounter negativity around your data or your research and how you collect it? And if so, how do you handle that?
I have not encountered much negativity around the data and research that I have collected when it comes to my coworkers. Most are looking for ways to enhance their teaching methods. Occasionally, there are those that are resistant to change, but the information is presented at trainings and faculty senate meetings and made available to everyone. On the other hand, getting parents to attend anything school related is sometimes a challenge. Every year, a few parents comment on the parent surveys that they do not know about the parent trainings. This past year, monthly newsletters were sent home informing parents of upcoming events as well as invitations and reminders. Refreshments were served at all events and fun activities were planned for families to participate in. To combat the problem of students not taking the newsletters and invitations home, we started sending the information to be posted on the county Facebook page. As a result, more parents attended our parent trainings. At times, students can display negativity around the data and research that I have collected. It has been helpful to have students keep their own data notebooks so they can monitor their own progress.
We have a hard time here at the school getting parents to come to anything as well, so I can understand that completely. And that's neat that you have your students keep those notebooks to keep track of their own information. That's something we tried to start here last year, but hopefully we have a better job at it next year. Our very last question is, what advice can you give students studying to become reading specialists, specifically about how to use research and what to use research for?
I would advise anyone studying to become a reading specialist to always stay up to date on current research. When students struggle with reading, oftentimes they struggle in other subjects as reading transcends across the curriculum. We need to use methods and strategies backed up by research to ensure students are provided with the best education possible. As a reading specialist, the most rewarding aspect of the job is the look in a student's eyes when something clicks and you know they got it. It is a field that requires a lot of hard work and dedication, but the joys far outweigh the negatives.
Well, that is definitely true. My ultimate goal is to work like you do for Title I and kind of really work with small groups of students and help them out. So I appreciate that advice for sure. And I want to thank you for your time and answering all my questions and helping me out with this assignment.
You're welcome.